See, the thing that I don't like about the debunking communities, and one reason why I tried to move very far outside of the debunking communities, they aren't smart. And here's the point, though. They never care about the facts. It's always, I don't want to do drama. Okay, well, I'm going to call you a bunch of names and I'm going to threaten to sue you and I'm going to like be crazy and angry. Okay, well, you're the one doing the drama. I'm just commentating due to the facts of what's going on.
Smart? Who knows? But at least I'm not stupid enough to go around libeling people. And as for facts, well, let's have a look at that, Mr. UniRock. So recently I did this video where UniRock had libelled or slandered me 13 times. I made multiple attempts to get in touch with him. Via someone who's on his Discord, we contacted one of his, I think, mods, Navy, who was going to try and talk with Uni. I tweeted a reply to him. He told me to chill. And I said, email me so he can sort out times. He had said he would, quote, hit me up this weekend. I never heard again. I replied to one of his videos asking him to email me so that we could arrange to go through his allegations. Finally, I managed to hook up with him on Discord, and he said that he would email me later after his stream. He never did. Basically, despite multiple attempts, I never managed to get a stream arranged with Uni, and to be honest, I've given up. So I'm just going to give him a bit of a smackdown about his libelous allegations.
You know, I get it. There are some people out there that would rather troll and play games because they think they've got people under their fingers. They think that people will just believe the shit that comes out of their mouths, and they think that if they've tried hard enough to turn someone else into a liar or whatever their claim is, that they won't have to address facts and evidence.
Well, let's look at the 13 pieces of shit that's come out of your mouth without any evidence. 1. Mr. S is involved in fraudulent fundraising. 2. Mr. S ran when busted for connection to fraud. 3. Mr. S is ignoring fraud to keep the money coming in. 4. Mr. S is pushing fundraisers and leading viewers to lose money. 5. Mr. S exposed viewers to scams. 6. Mr. S persuaded people not to go to the police. 7. Mr. S has been dishonest. 8. Mr. S has been lying to everybody. 9. Mr. S is involved in a 10k fundraiser. 10. Mr. S should be regarded as a scammer by default. 11. Mr. S supports fraudsters and hasn't warned anyone of them. 12. Mr. S doesn't care if viewers are victims of crime. And 13. Mr. S refused to warn viewers they were victims of alleged crime. Well, Mr. Rock, that is one shedload of allegations and insinuations you have made against me. And your facts and the evidence you've presented? None. Now, I've tried to contact you to arrange a stream, and you've totally failed to engage. So I was unable to defend myself, and you still have presented no facts and no evidence. So we are going to go through your 13 allegations stroke insinuations that are libelous. And I'm going to show how wrong you are. Number 1, you said that I was involved in fraudulent fundraising. I have never run a single fundraiser. I have never been involved in a single fundraiser. I have never publicised a single fundraiser. And actually, I haven't even donated to a single fundraiser. So it's going to be pretty damn hard for you to evidence that I'm involved in fraudulent fundraising. And you have presented no evidence. Number 2, you claimed that I, amongst others, ran for the hills when busted for a connection to fraud. Well, again, as I've never been involved in any way, shape or form, that's going to be quite difficult to prove, and I have far from run from these allegations, as I made multiple attempts to contact you to defend myself. So I think you've lost on that one too. I'm going to come back to number 3. Number 4, pushing fundraisers and leading viewers to lose money. Again, I have never mentioned in a stream, I've never advertised a fundraiser, so I failed to see how I could have possibly led anyone to a fundraiser and caused them to lose money. Again, you've presented no evidence of this. You lose that one too. 5. Expose viewers to scams. Well, again, as I have never pushed any fundraisers whatsoever, I could not have been exposing anybody to anything. Have you got video of me doing this? No, because it never happened. Yet another libelous statement. 6, I shall come back to again. 7 and 8 are pretty much the same thing. You say that I've been dishonest and I've been lying to everybody without presenting a single shred of evidence that I've done so. So that's libel, it's slander. You cannot just make claims like that with no evidence. 9, involved in a $10,000 fundraiser. I've never even heard of it. I don't know what this alleged fundraiser is for, who is doing the fundraiser, why they're doing it. I certainly haven't been involved with it. I haven't discussed it. I haven't posted about it. I haven't commented, tweeted. I haven't mentioned it on a video because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So therefore you can have, and you have shown, no evidence. That's libel and slander again. 10, should be regarded as a scammer by default. Have you never heard of innocent until proven guilty? You can't make wild-ass claims and then insist that people should be regarded as guilty of those claims just by default. I mean, if you were alleged to be a wife-beater, should we just assume you're a wife-beater by default without any evidence showing that you are involved in domestic violence? No, of course not. That's disgusting. And it's libelous and slanderous. Once again, supports fraudsters and hasn't warned anyone of them. Well, why should I be investigating these alleged frauds and then telling people about them? That's not what my channel's about. I did a video recently about this, Be Eco Fuel Tabs, which I regard as a scam, a pyramid selling scam. I had a look at your channel. I can't see a single stream on there about Be Eco Fuel Tabs. Why haven't you warned all your viewers against them? They could be victims of this. It doesn't work like that. You make the videos and the streams that you want to make. I make the videos and streams I want to make. The fact that you haven't made one about Be Eco Fuel Tabs doesn't mean you support them. It doesn't mean that you're leading people into losing money on them. So once again, a slanderous, libelous statement. Thank you, sir. 12. Doesn't care if viewers are victims of crime. Of course I care. But what am I supposed to do? Go out and discover every possible criminal offence and then make sure my viewers are aware of it? No. I'm not a legal channel, I'm a debunking channel. So the fact I haven't made videos about them doesn't mean I don't care if people are victims of any alleged offences. Libel, slander, once again. 13. Refuse to warn viewers they're victims of crime. Well, you are making allegations of crime. It is the police and the courts who decide if there is an offence and they deal with it. So right now, these are allegations with varying amounts of evidence, but it's nothing to do with me. I've had no connection with, I've given no publicity to, I've just got absolutely nothing to do with any of these alleged crimes. So why should I be talking about it on my channel? Now I skip past two particularly sweet ones. Let's deal with number 3. Ignoring fraud to keep the money coming in. Well, my YouTube channel is monetized. I have subscribers who super chat, I have members, I have supporting patrons, as many other channels do. Hell, I work hard, provide my videos, which I hope people enjoy, and they pay something to support me, for which I'm very grateful, and it's a little extra income. Now, as I said, I have never run a fundraiser. The closest thing to that, though, is my Mage experiment, where I sent a weather balloon up to the edge of space, which cost quite a bit of money. But did I do a fundraiser? No. People very kindly, off their own bat, made super chats and other donations, and there were 3 amazing sponsors who contacted me and offered to support the project, which is wonderful. Recently, I had a planning stream for the next project, Mage 3. Again, I have not asked for a single penny, but people were kindly stepping forward when all of a sudden this happened.
Oh, Brian Pop Robson 449.
Brian, I'm astounded. £4.49 super chat. £1,000 pledge for Mage 3 from my company. We'll talk to you about it on email. Brian, that's more than kind. That's astonishing. Thank you. But yes, we'll talk about it on email. Yeah, that's amazing. I don't think I could take that off you for it, but I'm sure we could come to some very happy position that I'm, you know what I'm saying. We'll talk on email. Thank you, Brian. Though, so that was why I could do it. That was why I could do it. And people have been very generous tonight, and that will help do Mage 3. And then with Brian Pop Robson with a sponsorship like he's talking about. As you can see, talking about those figures, Brian, that 1,000 is over the top. I wasn't going to talk about it on stream until we now mentioned it, but we'd come to a very suitable arrangement. So, yeah, thank you, sir. Unless we decide to go all the way to space, in which case, pony up some more, my good man. We'd need a bit more.
Not so money grabbing now, hey? I could have said nothing and pocketed £1,000. Brian would have been happy, and so would I. But no, I'm not like that. I'm a decent guy. Yes, I would like to make a bit of money out of YouTube, but that's a bit different than wanting to screw people over. I think number 3 is libelous as well. And the icing on the cake, Mr. Rock. Number 6, persuaded people not to go to the police. Well, let's have a look at your channel, UniRock, because I seem to remember quite a long time ago you did a video. Your video was about a fundraiser for $10,000. 2 YouTubers steal $10,000 in a fundraiser. I actually watched that one. I think it was the first one of your streams I ever watched, and I decided to make a comment. There we go, Mr. Sensible Live. So why not hand your evidence to the police instead of doing it here? You replied to it. You said, I did both. And it says that in the video about 2/3 of the way in. You then made a bunch of comments to me asking if you would then need to do a video response to me. And I replied, hi, this was no more than asking if you had taken it to the police. Obviously, if you believe there is an offence, the police should be investigating. You have said you have. That's fine. I haven't said anything about doing a video being weird. I was just suggesting the police deal. I don't need a video response. Mine was only a straightforward comment. Thanks. So in the comments of one of your own fraud raiser streams, I told you to go to the police. I told you. So that's hardly me discouraging people from going to the police. Now, during your original stream, you made 13 allegations or insinuations against me. I have shown that none of them hold water. You have presented no evidence. Now, I am not against the channel deciding to investigate things, but then you need to dig up some evidence, then make your allegations, and ideally let the person actually respond. You have done none of this. I'm not surprised you're saying that you have several people threatening to sue you. Now, what I say to you, Mr. Rock, is if you, for any reason, think that I'm involved with fraud, then please go to Action Fraud in the UK and report my alleged fraud. You can do it on the phone. Dial into the UK, but the number's 0300 123 2040. So I suggest you report that fraud that I'm alleged to have taken place in. So I suggest, Rock, you stop flinging mud around hoping some will stick. Because what will happen is you will hit someone with some mud who will have the ways or means to sue your tiny ass. I don't need another response to this because you didn't engage when you had the chance. I've addressed all your points. You have libelled and slandered me. You had no facts, no evidence, which is exactly what you accuse everybody else of.
They think that people will just believe the shit that comes out of their mouths, and they think that if they've tried hard enough to turn someone else into a liar or whatever their claim is, that they won't have to address facts and evidence.
Yeah, facts and evidence, Rock. Something you totally failed to provide when you were just throwing your shit towards me. I don't give a monkey's what you think. In fact, I couldn't give a flying